right, looking forward to getting back on the field. The practice field tonight, obviously had the week off, got recharged, and looking forward to playing on Saturday against a tough opponent. Coach Rule's done a great job, with the football team there, 5-1. Impressive team on tape, giving up 11 points a game on defense. A veteran outfit. And offensively, big offensive line, big tight ends, play a lot of guys, really skilled receivers, a lot of good running backs, and a mega talented young quarterback. So, but as always, it's more about us and what we do. You can control what we can control. Having a great day today, preparation, stacking good days, and it's an important game because it's the next game. That's why it's an important game. It's this game. And we're looking forward to it. Questions?
Zach, on your left and Miz.
They have, I think, one of the most disruptive defenses you've seen to this point, certainly one of the more disruptive, and they're leading the conference in sacks, tackles for loss. Just when you look at that side of the ball, what are they doing that is just kind of creating problems for opponents?
Well, they got good players. They're very well coached. They play really hard. They're very multiple in their scheme. They've got guys that can affect the passer, a couple big guys inside, 315-plus type guys. They play a lot of people, and they do everything they can to keep you off balance. They also deflect a lot of passes. They have 7 interceptions, giving up about 85 yards rushing a game, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you have a core group of JMU transfers, obviously, that dealt with success last year, 10-0 start, and kind of the national spotlight at times. Has that helped, having that kind of group that's been through this before? And did you learn anything from that experience as well, kind of navigating that?
Yeah, well, those guys and a lot of the other new guys we brought in, and the guys that decide to remain the right kind of guys, and the kind of the mindset and culture that we've been able to create here. And those guys certainly have facilitated the change early on. And, dealing with success is a lot better than dealing with failure. But you got to stay humble and hungry and maintain your edge. And, I think you're always learning. And, did I learn? Yeah. And because, it's like Mike Krzyzewski said, when he retired, his toughest opponent was human nature. Human nature. Because it's natural to feel good, this and that, things are great. But that's not what this game's all about when it comes to preparation and stepping between the white lines. I mean, you've got to have some special characteristics to be able to deal with success and not be affected by it in a negative manner.
Curt, yards after catch have been a big part of your passing attack this year. You got 4 receivers with over 100 yards in that. Can you speak to the importance of that? And also, when you diagram a play, can you try to design that into a play, or is that just something that just happens with the receiver making the play?
Yeah. Well, that whole crew, and we spread the ball around. I think we had over 10 guys touch the ball last week or in the last game. They have great ball skills, and they're strong guys too, which leads to broken tackles. So, that's something that you're just trying to design plays that have answers and can free guys up versus all the different coverages you're going to see potentially. And then it comes down to execution. It's protection, separation, putting the ball where it's got to be, throwing it where it needs to be thrown, and letting the athletic ability and the desire. Sometimes there's a little want-to factor there, too, involved in that. Take over from there.
Seth and Jack.
Yeah, Curt, you mentioned Raiola's talent. Just what have you seen from him on tape? What challenges could he pose for your defense?
Yeah, he's a really talented guy. He's got great arm talent. He plays with a lot of confidence. He's got a really nice supporting cast. They protect him well up front. They've got one receiver, 6'4", 225, and can really go, deep ball type guy. And schematically, the staff does a really nice job of they don't put too much pressure on him. They're balanced. They want to run the football, good play action pass, get them out of pocket, change the launch point. So I think they've done a tremendous job with him.
Jack in front, and Zach B.
Hey, Curt, how's Jalen Walker doing after leaving the Northwestern game? And I guess that position as a whole, how do you feel about the depth you have there?
Yeah. Jay Walk is a guy you never count out, and I expect him to be full speed on Saturday. And, we're developing some depth there with Isaiah Jones and the freshman, Hardy. But there are positions we don't have a lot of depth, so, but feel good about that group.
Zach B in front, and Bob.
Coach, we know that you're a process-oriented guy. What does that process look like during a bye week? Did you take time to kind of step back, or was it still balls to the wall?
Oh, it's balls to the wall all the time. Because you're getting better or getting worse, never stay the same. So, we practiced 3 times, and we did some prep on this upcoming opponent. And then you're looking at other people across the country, seeing who's doing what well and trying maybe to get a few ideas that may help you down the road. So using that time wisely.
Bob, top left, and Jim.
Curt, kind of a big picture question, but when you're rebuilding a culture the way you have here, what are 2 or 3 of the key non-negotiables that you have when it comes to rebuilding something like this?
Well, the first thing you got to do as a leader, you got to change the way people think inside and outside the program. And then you got to have a blueprint and a plan. You got to have high standards for everything you do. High standards, expectations, and accountability, and consistency, day in, day out. How you do something's how you do everything. And you have to be fully committed to being the best you can be. Be a great team guy. Those are non-negotiable. Be early, do your best. Improve as much as you can every single day.
Jim, and then Pete.
Coach, I know every game's important, especially from here on out, and the crowds have continually grown. A sellout announced a week and a half before the game. What do you need from this Indiana crowd this week, especially in games like this?
I think it's more about us performing as well as we're capable of performing and give the crowd a reason to really get into the game, which I'm highly confident we will. We have up to this point every time we've gone out, and I have a lot of confidence in this group. It's an experienced group, high character guys, and we feed off each other.
Pete on your left, and Ken.
Yeah, Coach, the quality you're getting in special teams, kicking, punting, how much of an edge does that give you?
Well, your special teams is a third of the game, coaches like to say. But it's roughly 20% of the plays in any football game. But huge momentum swings when you make something really good happen or if something bad happens in a game. So it's highly critical. Grant Kane does a tremendous job with our teams. Our entire staff is involved with special teams. We watch special teams together as a full staff. We make a big emphasis on it.
Ken, top right, and Joe.
You've talked a lot about just making sure guys keep their heads on straight and stay on the, at level headed. How do you make sure that continues throughout the week with all the stuff that's going on, the attention that's coming to the program, but then, Fox coming here and doing that kind of stuff? Just how do you make sure everybody keeps their eyes where they need to be?
Well, you got to eliminate the noise and clutter and focus in on what's going to help you prepare so you can be your best on Saturday. And we have enough maturity and good leadership and experience on this football team. I'm confident that we can handle that. But that's my job, too, to make sure if I see an area that's maybe not quite where it needs to be, to push the right buttons and get it to where it needs to be.
Do you remind them daily, or is that just something that you wait in case something pops up?
Yeah, I send the message to the assistant coaches. They send it to the players. I'll send it to the team. Yeah. But we also don't want to create a self-fulfilling prophecy either. I'm highly confident that our team will prepare the way it needs to prepare for this upcoming game.
Joe, front right, and Josh.
Coach, something when you first got here, you said that you're too young to stop learning. Midway through your first year, what would you say is the most valuable piece of information that you've learned up to this point? I
think what I've learned up to this point is that we have unlimited potential as an institution and football program. And that if you commit daily and do the things you got to do to be successful, that there's no self-imposed limitations on what you can achieve.
Josh on your right, and we'll wrap it with these.
Coach, you have success after bye weeks at James Madison and prior destinations. What goes into that? You said balls to the wall in preparation. Do you feed off of what you did the year before, or is there anything different you're doing this year?
Yeah, I just think we have a way that we do things, and we have a way we do things during bye weeks, and then we have a way that we do things the week after a bye week, and it really doesn't change very much. It's not quite as intense during the bye week, right? But we still have a structured routine, and you know, when you got good players, you have a better chance to be successful.
Elise on your right.
So at the first game, they handed out shirts with your name on them, and since then there's been all kinds of other designs that have been going around. What's your reaction to your popularity here around Bloomington, especially with the student body?
You know, I made a couple comments when I first got hired. I was out there on a limb a little bit. You know, I felt like that's what I needed to do, and I think it's more of a reflection on how the team has played and the success that they've had on the field that's gotten people excited, and this is just a byproduct of that.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.